Esports and fighting games, a match made in heaven and only made stronger with gaming companies embracing the concept. After Capcom showed the world that there is a massive audience for such events with their Capcom Cup, other companies joined the foray, like Namco with their Tekken World Tour or Arc System Works with the Arc Revolution World Tour. But now, the king of fighting game companies is about to enter the ring, as SNK announced their first worldwide official esports tour, the SNK World Championship Tournament.
SNK World Championship is the official SNK Pro Tour for fighting games, and I think it's very, very important and critical for them to have a qualitative Pro Tour.
Nice. Alright, keep following up. Jump in front, stand free. Oh, yes. Excellent reaction.
The World Championships means, again, how SNK has changed from just being a game company and more into an esports company and paying attention to the people and the players rather than just customers.
Even without Mirror, she's still
The SNK World Championship is a massive world tour event spanning international tournaments across the globe and pitting the best players against each other in two of SNK's best fighting games, the King of Fighters 14 and Samurai Showdown. 32 international players split between the two games will qualify to the Grand Finals to be held in March 2020 in Tokyo, Japan. The prize pool, a massive 10 million Japanese yen, the equivalent of over $90,000 US. First stop, France. Paris, the city known for love and romance, will also be known as the European capital of fighting games. SNK's first event in the massive World Championship Tournament is none other than the Ultimate Fighting Arena 2019, a massive event in its third year and already been talked about as the best European esports event. The competition is fierce. Players from all around the world are here to battle it out for the full paid-for spot at the SNK World Championship Finals in Tokyo. Among the players is one of Japan's most fearsome SNK games player, Score.
そのプロプレイヤーになるっていうのが一つの夢だったんですけども、そのもう一つの夢っていうのがありまして、そのKFとサムライスピリッツで世界一にナンバーワンになることっていうのが夢の一つです。
The Samurai Showdown tournament saw an unexpected number of players fighting for the number one spot. In the end, a mixture of new and old players made it to top 8, including Japanese SNK Games Master Score, White Ash, the veteran player from Pakistan who is one of the best King of Fighters players in the world, Frionel, the Moroccan champion known for his KOF and SNK skills. He won one of the first Samurai Showdown tournaments which got him qualified to EVO 2019. Newcomers to the scene included Benji Buckley, Klonoa, Vix, Chaco, and Instinct. The Grand Finals, veteran against newcomer, Score against Benji Buckley. While Benji proved his might by making it to the Grand Finals, he could not defeat Japan's mightiest player, ARMTS Score.
It is over, and that's it. Score is crowned the winner of the UFA 2019 Samurai Showdown tournament,
who becomes the first player to guarantee a spot at the Tokyo Finals in March. The dust has settled after the insane Samurai Showdown Top 8, and it was time to go 3 vs 3 in the first SNK World Championship Tournament for the King of Fighters 14, SNK's flagship series that tend to scare newcomers. It was no surprise that many of the players that were in the Samurai Showdown tournament were also showing up for KOF. While it had less participants than Samurai Showdown, the King of Fighters 14 UFA tournament was an all-out combo and skill fest. The top 8 of the King of Fighters 14 SNK tournament included Score, Frionel, White Ash, Vix, Hentati, H-Rod, and Inferno Kong. But it was Score who again took the title and a guaranteed second spot at the Grand Finals by defeating White Ash in a match to be remembered.
Is it gonna be over now?
Oh my god!
Yes, it is over.
Got
And
him.
Score takes
Again.
word.
Okay.
Another spot at the SNK World Championship Series, and he's crowned the champion, the grand champion of the UFA 2019, the King of Fighters 14.
And thus the first event from the 16 worldwide tournaments leading to the SNK World Championship Finals in Japan was over. But the journey for those still wanting a spot at the Tokyo Finals was just starting. Next up, Costa Rica, specifically Furiatica.
I hope you guys enjoyed that teaser. It's more of the first 5 minutes of the documentary, and of course the entire purpose of this road to the SNK World Championship is to actually chronicle the entire journey from the first qualifiers up to the grand finals, and there's going to be of course a bigger emphasis on the finals, which will be taking place in March, at the end of March in Japan, and I'm planning to be in Tokyo around that time to actually attend these finals, film as much as I can, talk to people, talk to players, talk to people who actually are responsible for this event, and talk up to SNK about what's next for the future of esports and SNK. Now, I did some more interviews that were not shown in this teaser because those are going to be used for later in the documentary. So I really spoke to many fighting game players, and I'll be speaking to more again during my trip to Japan. Now, for those of you following my channel, you'll know that I'm working on 5 SNK related documentaries. Now, the first one is the one you just saw a teaser of, which is the road to the SNK World Championship. The second documentary is a day at SNK, where I will be spending a full day at the SNK Osaka offices, and I will be talking to people in different departments and of course the SNK, famous SNK developers, about how they're creating the games that we love so much. This will be a very interesting look inside SNK that many of us fans would like to get. The third documentary is the history of the King of Fighters series. Now, as you know, I did the history of Samurai Showdown. A lot of people loved what I did, so I'm doing something different now for the history of the King of Fighters. While I will chronicle the entire process or history of how the games came to be, I will also be including interviews with SNK developers, KOF players, as well as hopefully some original KOF developers from the King of Fighters 94, 95 era. I'm tracking a couple ones. I'm not going to say any names now. Hopefully once I get a confirmation, hopefully in the next couple weeks, then I will let you guys know. The other documentary I'm working on is the return of SNK. Now, as you know, SNK went through different, troublesome years, if you will, and now they're definitely making a great comeback. So we're gonna talk to SNK staff and chronicle a little bit what happened, how it went from a company that was actually going under to the resurgence or resurrection, if you will, of the company in recent years. And finally, the last documentary is SNK or Neo Geo Retro Gaming in Japan. I will be visiting some arcades and retro gaming shops and looking at what we have and talking to different players and talking to people about the significance of Neo Geo titles, as well as seeing how is it possible nowadays to be a Neo Geo collector. Is it worth it? How much is gonna cost? It'll be a fun documentary where we'll talk about some Neo Geo retro gaming. Now, as you know, I did a GoFundMe page for whoever can help with this trip. It's a little bit expensive, but I'm doing my best to make it happen. I want to take this opportunity to thank those who actually donated to the cause. There is a link to the GoFundMe page in the description below. So if you can help, that's great. If you can, just share the link, share it with other people who actually are fans of SNK and who will be able to maybe help, or also share it with their friends and so on. Now, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching.